It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show right here on
Magic Theory.
And we're in our Christmas break. I'm having a great time. Are you?
Yeah.
We've eaten lots, we've watched lots, we've done very little magic, have we?
Yeah.
We've kind of had a break from magic. It's kind of weird doing this again, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got a gig tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've got no gig. Then you've got a gig the next day. Then you've got a gig the next day. You're busier than me, dude. Busier than me. Have a couple of days off, then you've got all these gigs. Hope you guys have had a nice Christmas. And we're back with another 4 tricks, aren't we? Back with another 4 reviews. 4 of the latest and greatest tricks to hit the magic community. And we're going to start things off with a brand new trick from Chris Rawlins. If you don't know Chris Rawlins, he is an incredible mentalist and has made a name for himself as somebody who's a bit of an expert at peak devices. And he's got a brand new peak that's come out specifically for stage. So let's have a look at that. Well, I'll say stage. Yeah, I'd say this is mainly a stage trick. Let's have a look at that right now. So first up, we have Clarity by Chris Rawlins. Now, the last thing we looked at from Chris was the definitive book test, which is the book test with the dictionary, which you really liked. I really liked that as well. What we have here, you got ants in your pants?
No, it's just stuff.
What we have here, I need to upgrade you to an actual seat soon. What we have here is really fancy packaging, actually. The packaging is really nice. Reminds me of like a Penguin release. But what we have here is a clipboard designed to be able to peek information in real time. Now, I mentioned earlier this is a stage item. I'd seen more stage magicians using this than close-up magicians, just because of the size of the actual clipboard. Now, Chris has been very honest in his trailer. You know exactly what you're getting with this. What he's done is he's teamed up with Masuda to create a clipboard out of a WoW gimmick. So what that allows you to do is have a clipboard and have a piece of paper on it, and in the action of showing it to everybody, you can get a very clear, hence the term clarity, peek of the thing that they've drawn, and then you can do a drawing duplication. I say drawing duplication. You wouldn't really want to do this with a word or something like that because of how it works when you're showing people the drawing. You're seeing it in reverse. So if somebody was writing a name on there, you might have a hard time actually working out what the name is because the name would be written in reverse. But a drawing is really, really easy. Yeah. Now, there's pros and cons to this, and I'm going to go into the pros and cons in a bit. I know you've got some very clear thoughts on it. But first of all, let's have a look at a performance of this. So this is a performance of Clarity. I'm going to do this to Ryland. Okay, Ry, you love drawing, don't you? Yeah. You really love drawing? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try and do some. Did you know I'm an expert at psychic drawing? I'm an expert at psychic drawing. Really? Do you want me to prove it to you? Yeah. I'm going to get you to draw something. I've got a little pad here. I have taken the liberty of putting a piece of paper on there for you, but I've got a little pad, and you're going to draw something on there. Okay. And you can draw anything that you want to. I'm going to look away, and when you've drawn it, I want you to put it down on the table so I can't possibly see what it is that you've drawn. Can you do that for me? So I will look away. Right, I'll tell you when to take my glasses off. There's a pen for you. I'm going to look away. If you could draw whatever it is that you want to draw. And you can be as imaginative as you want to. It's completely up to you. You can go crazy. I'm not. And it's not like we've spoken about this beforehand, have we? No. Like literally, you could. It's not like I've told you, hey, draw a banana. You're not drawing a banana, are you? No. Because that'd be amazing. I just kind of wished you had drawn a banana now, to be honest. Draw Banana Man. Bet you don't even know who Banana Man is. No. I'm old. Banana Man was my favourite superhero when I was a kid. It was about a man, well, a little boy, right? Yeah. And do you know what happens when he eats a banana? What? He turned into like this bodybuilder guy with superpowers that could fly. What? His name was Banana Man. Cool. Have you done it?
Yeah, I'm going to show. This is just like a quick drawing.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, just a quick drawing, nothing fancy. Just
Can I turn around?
Scribble. Yeah, just a quick scribble.
Just a quick scribble. Yeah. Right, so, psychic drawing. First of all, again, you could have done anything. You did this. I will show the camera. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to pop that right there. So, my job is now to try and see if I can pick up on your
I'm not telling you
drawing.
anything.
Hang on, I'm seeing lines.
I'm not telling you anything.
I'm seeing like maybe a house like this. Definitely seeing a rectangle. Yeah, I think it is a house because there's like a triangle on the top. It's a house. No, it's not a house. There's circles in there. They're not windows though. They're kind of down the middle. And there's more straight lines. Like that. Oh, what's that down there? I think I know what it is. I don't know how close I was. This is what I drew. And you drew a rocket. There you go. I think I was pretty much spot on there. What do you write?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy, right?
What?
No idea. So that's clarity.
Yes.
And you know what? There's a few pros and cons. The pros for me is, first of all, it works.
Yeah,
and it works really well.
It does work.
It does work.
Yeah.
We've tried it out in a few different lighting conditions. We've tried it in darker lighting, lighter lighting. We've tried it with different types of paper. Every single time we've tried it, it's been clear. We've tried different types of pens, different types of paper. We've tried different lighting conditions. It just works really well. The second pro for me is the tutorial was really good.
Yeah.
For a few different reasons. First of all, Chris went through everything with a fine-tooth comb. He explained it's about an hour of tutorial. He explains everything. There's even a video with Masuda about how to actually keep this thing in good condition and look after it and so on and so forth. This box is the perfect place to keep it nice and safe as well as you travel with it to gigs. I mean, and the tutorial is great. Chris talks about three different peaks, actually, he goes through. The one that I just did in the live performance is peak number 2, which is where you pick it up and show it to everybody, and you're getting the peak there. I've got it crystal clear. The peak he prefers using, which is they put the pad down on the table, and just as you move it to one side to pick up the pen, you immediately are now looking at that information. You can get it that clearly. And it is really that clear. Like, it is.
Cool.
It is very, very good. So the 3 peaks work really well. The product is really well made. I don't know why nobody's ever thought about using a wow in a clipboard before to do a peak. It's really good. One of the other things I'd like to say about the tutorial, there's a 10-minute live performance of Chris doing this on stage, and he calls it his 10-minute act, and I think it's probably his 1,000 timer, and it's so good. He just does clarity as a drawing duplication in this 10-minute piece, but it's kind of divided up into sections, and he gets everybody to think of a picture, and he's got this, I don't want to give too much away because really this is great value as part of the project, but he gives the impression to the entire audience that he could read everybody's mind just by the lead up to clarity, and he can literally walk out with just this onto a stage, and he can do 10 minutes that will blow the roof off the building. Really good. There's a lot to love about this. You have one negative, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on.
It's not as good as I'm going to compare it to a trick. It's not as good as that trick where it's a whiteboard.
Well, this is the new trick you've put in your show, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a whiteboard, and
you can say everybody knows what it is.
It's a whiteboard. You can go into the audience, and someone draws it. Someone draws something onto the whiteboard, and you can see from your iPad or phone which is in the case.
Yeah, you can. So, and because you've been wanting to do a drawing dupe in your act for a long while now, haven't you? And we've got him the whiteboard, which we're viewing at some point, where he literally gives somebody a whiteboard, gets them to draw something. He comes back on stage, grabs another whiteboard, and as he does, he's got the information there in front of him on his iPad, and he draws it, and it matches exactly. I agree, this isn't better, but that is an incredibly expensive prop.
It's true.
That's incredibly expensive. This is a lot cheaper. It's still more expensive than a lot of other means of getting a peak. It's about 150 quid, this is, because Masuda, he doesn't work cheap. But it's a lot cheaper than what you're talking about. So I agree. If you've got an infinite budget, or you perform on stage as much as you do, I mean, I'd say probably 90% of your stuff is on stage. How often? I reckon you perform on stage more than most professional magicians. How many stage gigs do you do with the House of Secrets and other bookings and weddings and everything? How many just stage, forget close-up. I'd say you probably perform on stage at least 10 to 15 times a month.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Well, for somebody who's performing on stage as much as you, it makes sense to have that. But not everybody has got the budget or the funds or the opportunity to go on stage. So if they haven't, this is a great alternative.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I agree, it's not as good, but you've got to factor price into consideration.
Yeah.
However, that tells me that you wouldn't do this.
Yeah, 79%,
yeah. 79%, if you're new to the channel, is what we give something if we like it, but we won't do it. If it gets 80% or over, we're going to put it into our act. So 79%, we're not going to do it, but we like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this either. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really good. And I think that it would work on stage. I think it would work big table in a close-up gig. I think there's a lot of different places it would work. And if you're looking to do a peak in a very clean way, this is absolutely brilliant.
This is pretty cool.
It really is great.
Nice.
And Chris's 10-minute act is brilliant. It's worth studying that just to learn his 10-minute act. I personally wouldn't do it. I don't do any drawing duplications in my show. It's not my style. It's not something I do, unlike you. I know that you get away with it because you talk about drawing and stuff, but I don't. So I'm going to give this 79% as well. But I do want to give a shout out to Chris Rawlins. I think this is really good. I think that anybody who buys this, you're not going to be disappointed. The tutorial is great. The instructions with it are great. The quality of the prop is great. And most importantly, when you're dealing with a peak device, you can see the information very clearly. It's not going to be something you can do walk around with, but if you're looking to add a cabaret show or an after dinner show at the end of a close-up job, this will pack small and play big. And honestly, the 10-minute act that Chris teaches you, with just this, you could walk out in front of 50, 100, 150 people, do that 10-minute act and blow the roof off the building.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's great. I wish I could give it more than 79%, but I can't because I know I'm not going to do it, but it's very good.
Yeah.
So next up, we have your mate, Luke Oseland, and Visual Magic present Bowtox by Luke Oseland. Bowtox as in B-O-W-T-O-X, not Botox as in Botox.
Not the operation thing.
Yeah. The thing that you have on your face to make you look younger. Yeah. No, this is called Bowtox, and this is something that went viral on the internet a couple of years ago. When Luke did this on social media, it blew up, and he's now finally released it. He brought it out in time for Christmas because obviously you think of bows at Christmas, but this is something that you could do all year round. This is something that you could do at birthdays, for a birthday party, for a wedding, any time that you put a bow on something. Valentine's Day, this is perfect, and it's a great thing to do on social media. In fact, you've actually done this on Instagram recently, haven't you?
Yeah.
So rather than doing a studio, I was going to say, rather than doing a studio performance, this is the video that Ryland put up of him doing Bowtox on Instagram a few days ago. So let's have a look at that right now. That I absolutely love that. Now, it's simple. It's simple, but as with all of Luke's stuff, it's very, very visual. The handling that you just saw Ryland do, where he takes the ribbon and turns it into the bow, that's one way of doing it. Perfect for social media, but also works in a live situation. There's another version that really is more suited for social media, where you sniff it up your nose and then the bow comes out your mouth, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, you're the one that did this. What do you think of this?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you do this live? My issue with, and this isn't an issue with this is just an issue with the method that's used. I'm not going to go into what the method is. I'm sure some experienced magicians will understand the method. But with the method being used, I've never really liked that method that much. I can't really give too much away, but I've never been a big fan of using that technique. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to give too much away, but the way that you actually do this, I've never been a big fan of it because I find it difficult to reset in between tables. This really needs to, if you're going to do this live, this needs to be your opener because you need to walk over to the table holding the ribbon. You can't get a ribbon out your pocket in the middle of your set. You have to walk over to the table holding the ribbon.
Actually, you might be able to.
How?
If you add a Lookalike.
Bluetooth.
Stick it to your pocket.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. You can maybe
and then you
make
bring it out your pocket and then go put
Okay.
it on and get the ribbon
Yeah.
and the other thing.
Okay.
And then when you turn the ribbon into the bow.
Well, I know when you saw this, you really liked it, and I
think
know
you
that.
could get it out your pocket.
Well, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it in a real world giggy situation? See, I don't know if you will. But I mean, you've done it on social media.
I don't know if I will or I won't.
Maybe for that special occasion. Maybe when you're going and it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah, so I'll probably give it like
Can you imagine giving somebody a birthday present? Just as I'm not talking about doing it at a gig now. I'm just saying, imagine you got invited to one of your friends' birthday parties, and you walk up to them and you go, "I've got a present." There you go. Oh, I forgot to put a bow on it. Hang on. Because if you're a real magician, you could do that sort of stuff. It reminds me a little bit like the self-tying shoelaces. Like, oh, my shoes are untied. Hang on a minute. Bah, 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 bah. Now they're tied. You know, if you could really do magic, that's the sort of thing you could do. It might be good for a kids' entertainer at a birthday party. Can you imagine, as part of the kids' show, you say, oh, by the way, it's so-and-so's birthday. I bought you a present today. This is the present. I bought you a present. This is your present. I bought it you. The only thing is I forgot a bow. You should put a bow on a present, shouldn't you? I'll put the present over there for a minute. I've got an idea. I've got a bow. Oh, no, I've got no bows left. I have got some ribbon. Will you guys help me turn this into a bow? I tell you, I'll hold it here. Everyone say abracadabra. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. There we go. I've got the bow. I'll put it there on the present. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
There's places that you could use it.
I would say if you were a real magician, you would. I'm not saying this is possible, and I'm not saying we should do this, but if you could be a real magician and you could do this, I would literally just grab a magic wand and just point it at the present and the ribbon would appear. Oh, that would be funny.
That would be good.
Just go.
Well, come up with a method for doing it. Come up with a method of making a ribbon just by pointing a magic wand. There's no such thing as impossible. There's no such thing as impossible.
I don't think you'll be able to.
Right, you make stools disappear.
I don't think you'll be able to give the present away though.
Now, how do you know? Come up with a method. Come up with a method and share it with everyone on Magic TV. You know, I bet you could come up with a method. There's no such thing as impossible in magic. The hardest part when you're creating a magic trick is coming up with the idea. You've just come up with a kick-ass idea there. You've got a present, you point a magic wand at the present, and a bow just appears. Now, your job is to try and come up with a way of doing that. Okay? I'm going to give you 2 weeks. You've got to come up with a method in 2 weeks. Do you reckon you can?
Yeah.
No, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah!
Ow. I heard that. I heard that. I think I will do this. I think that there's times and places that I will do this. I'm going to give this 90%. I think this is really good.
I'm going to give it 90%.
90% as well. This is really great. It packs small. It plays big. It's good. It's not going to be as good as the version that Ryland's going to come up with in the next 2 weeks, but it's very, very good. And once again, Luke Oseland hits it out the park.
Yeah, figure out a method, then improve it over the next 2 years.
Okay. So next up we have Lookalike by, who's this by? James Hawker and Luke Bingham. James Hawker and Luke Bingham. This is Lookalike. This is by Saturn Magic. And I'm telling you right now, I think this is one of the most commercial tricks to come out in many, many years. I think this is freaking brilliant. I love this. I love this. Cannot tell you how much I love it. He loves it. I love it. We all love it. There's so much on the tutorial, it's very difficult to, like I could literally be sitting here spending 15 minutes showing you magic tricks. So I'm just going to do one trick, one simple trick to give you an idea of what you can do. And then after I've done this simple trick, we're going to go through exactly what there is to love about this. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, I knew that would mess with you.
Very much so.
I knew that would mess with you.
Come on, let's just get this done.
I'm still really hot.
Are you ill? Okay, so right, I'm going to show you something with a deck of playing cards. 52 cards, 52 possibilities, as they say. And as well as the playing cards, I'm actually also going to use this very special card here. Now, what's special about it is there's all 52 cards are printed on there. But as well as the 52 cards, each card has something completely random next to it. It might be a celebrity or a character from a film. It might be a song. It might be a thing. It might be a film. It might be a dog. It could be a building. There's so many, loads of different things. So you're going to hold on to this, okay? And you're going to grab one of these cards. So the simple way to do that is I'm just going to riffle my thumb down the deck, and as I do, anytime you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
Cool beans. And let's have a look at the card that you stopped at. You stopped at this one right here, the King of Diamonds. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, what I want you to do is, don't show me, but have a look at the King of Diamonds on there. And don't show me, but look at what's next to the King of Diamonds.
I don't think the camera will be able to see.
No, it doesn't matter. As long as you know it, that's all that's important. Yeah. Have you got that?
Yeah.
We'll put that away. So now you're thinking of a random something. I've got no idea. Why are you thinking of random something? And obviously also a playing card.
Yeah.
Watch. I'm going to put the King of Diamonds down on the table. And put your hand on top of it. You could have thought of anything, but you thought of the King of Diamonds. Yeah. And likewise, you're thinking of something off that list. I've got no idea what you're thinking off that list. But I'm going to try and combine the two items. So what was it that you're thinking off that list?
The Batman.
Batman. So Batman and the King of Diamonds. Okay, watch this. Put your hand on top of the card. I'm going to try and do something impossible here. Watch. If I just do this. No, keep your hand there. Did you feel it happen? Yeah. Lift up your hand. You're not going to believe this, because now this King of Diamonds, look at the head of the King of Diamonds, because now he's got Batman right there. It's Batman on the King of Diamonds. And that's crazy. So that was one of the basic handlings. It gets way more advanced through the tutorial. Now I'm going to talk about the one thing I didn't like on the tutorial first of all, which is I felt that it was a very weird place to shoot the tutorial. They're outside in a garden in the winter, by the looks of it. It's the winter, it's in a garden, wind's blowing, and I just thought it was...
the wind.
Yeah, it's just a weird place to film a tutorial. It would have been nicer in a studio. I think that maybe they were trying to be cool or something, I don't know. It just came across as annoying. But that's the only thing I didn't like. Beyond that, everything I loved. So what you have here, as you saw in the performance, is you get a whole bunch of cards. And these cards allow you to do loads of different tricks. Now, first of all, let me show you the cards that you get. First of all, you get a load of King of Clubs, and they've all got Michael Jackson on them. So the head of the King has been replaced with Michael Jackson on both ends. Then you have Elvis, which is on the King of Spades. On the King of Hearts, you have Ed Sheeran, although, as you pointed out, he looks a little bit like Ron Weasley. But I think people would know that that's Ed Sheeran.
It would look like forgot his name.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump. If he had yellow hair.
If Donald Trump was ginger, that'd be that. Then you've got Batman, obviously, on the King of Diamonds. And then you've got Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, she looks like a... Well, I won't say in front of you, but it's weird. Then you've got some regular kings. Then you've got a regular queen. You've also got a double backer, which is useful for a few of the different routines. You've got a blank card. Like, you get everything. And then you get these cards. These are, this is for something special that we'll talk about in a minute. So you get all of these cards, and the reason you get a bunch of them, this is designed as a giveaway trick, and you can order as many of these as you want to. It's been priced very reasonably, so you can order more. And I just think this is a great giveaway. I think this is a brilliant giveaway. I love Celebrity by Matthew Wright, and this is a similar sort of thing. I love the idea of having somebody think of something, and immediately you can combine the two objects. Now, in the tutorial, they go from so many different ways of doing everything. So they go through multiple different ways of forcing cards. They go through multiple different ways of forcing celebrities. The method that you just saw with me doing it on Ryland is one of the methods. They have given you a printed out card with lots of different things on it. That's a very clever method to use, but you could use digital force bag, you could use a forcing bag, a regular forcing bag, you could use another forcing deck. There's millions of different ways of forcing a celebrity. Celebrity Prestige if you wanted to get big on it. And then they've got some really cool stuff. They've got so many really great ideas. There was one that I really liked with a camera where you show a blank card, and you have somebody think of a celebrity, you have somebody else think of a playing card, and you have them both concentrate, and then you take this blank card and you draw a camera on the back of it, and you have them sign it, and then you take the picture of what's inside their head, and when you turn it over, it's got the image on it.
If you had a flap, you'll be able to show a blank card, shake it, and you can have like part of it's the king. Well, for what we did with the Batman, the King of Diamonds and Batman. If you had a flap, you could literally just shake it. Part of it's the King of Diamond and part of it's Batman.
Well, here's the thing. Mark Infinity comes on halfway through the project, and he talks about these. These cutouts are designed to do a different handling. So you get the main tutorial, which talks about all the different routines, and there's hundreds of them. There's this really nice dual reality thing that I was going to say, by the way, really nice dual reality thing where you kind of almost instant stooging one of the spectators. It's brilliant. I'm not going to say any more, but it's really, really good. But then you get these, so you can cut these out, right? And you get a couple of magnets on the back, and you cut these things out at the bottom, and it allows you to turn these cards into what is in essence a flap card, like you just said, but it's on the face. So what you can do is you can cover your fingers up here, and this would have that head over it, but with the magnet on the back covered up with that. So it looks just like you're looking at a normal King of Diamonds. So when you've done a top change or a double lift or something, they just see the King of Diamonds, and then you just rub it. And when you do, you just take it away, and the face visually changes to Batman, and you hand it out immediately, and it's their signed card. Oh, that's sick, that's right? So good.
Yeah, I was saying, like, if you had, if you can have that. Like,
no, you want all of them. There you go.
Just the bank, just this and this. If you had a bank card and you had like a flap and a flap.
Yeah.
So you can show it like blank card, and on the back of the flap you can have that, so it's like that. And so you can show it. So the flap's at the back, and then you shake it. The flap, that flap curls around there. That flap curls around there, and it shows the King of Diamonds, Batman King of Diamonds like that.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So if you had if you had it like, so let's say it's like cut like that, yeah, and they would like fold around the back.
Yeah, I've got it here.
And somehow.
Well, it'd be invisible elastic thread, wouldn't it?
I was going to say that. And so them two, which is like a diagonal cut, they'll be like folded backwards. Like that one go around there, that one go around there. So all you see is the back, because on the back of that there's that.
Yeah.
And then you can literally show it, because obviously you got the back, and then you show the face, and you shake it, or you can like throw it up in the air.
That'd look really sick. And then that's not examinable, but if you've got a regular one of those on top of the deck, you could then just do a top change.
Yeah, top change.
And then give
when they're not looking, just the secret top change, yeah.
That's what I love about these. Although they've given you a ton of ideas and a ton of options, you can come up with your own tricks.
Yeah.
Because you get so many of them. You can. I've ordered like 2 or 3 more decks of these, because I just know that you and I are going to be giving these away like there's no tomorrow.
Have you got elastic thread?
Yeah, I've got invisible elastic thread. I've got everything you need. Yeah, if you want me to hook you up with some.
I just need a...
Yeah,
that card, and should just elastic thread.
Maybe split that card so it's a bit thinner.
Yeah.
You can card split though, can't you?
Not really.
I saw you practicing card splitting the other day.
I've been practicing, but I won't do it.
Well, you need to get on the Netflix and look at Steve-O's stuff. He teaches you how to do it in detail. Anyway, I'm going to give this 100%. I'm going to give this trick of the week. I think this is incredible. I love this. I love this so much. I think this is brilliant. This is one of my favourite tricks. This is my favourite trick of 2023. It's the first batch of tricks we've seen in 2023. But this is incredible. 100% from me. What are you giving it? Take your time.
I'm going to give it... I'm gonna give it
Come on, hurry up, Ray. Hello. Come on. I'm very sorry about this. 95%. Was it that hard? 95%. 95. As you've got older, your reviews have got harsher. You know that. You used to love everything. Now, not so much. 95% from Ryland, 100% from me. I think this is really good. Let's have a look at the final review.
Yeah.
Okay, so the final review today, we are looking at Ink Circle by Taiwan Ben. We love a lot of Taiwan Ben stuff. A lot of his stuff is really, really good. And he's back with...
Ink Circle.
I think with Ink Circle, which is incredible.
Ink Circle.
No. Let's have a look at a performance of this. Ryland's going to perform it, and this is a really strange trick. This is the sort of thing you'd see Paul Harris come up with. Let's have a look at a performance of this.
Okay, so I'm going to play on mine with a Sharpie, a pack of cards, and some ESP symbols. So we've got these ESP symbols.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is I just want you to give them a shuffle.
Give them a shuffle? Okay.
Yeah, shuffle, just shuffle.
Just mix them up?
Yeah.
Yep, done.
Yeah.
One more. Okay.
So as you can see, all these cards are completely mixed up.
Yeah.
So now, what you're going to do now they're mixed up is we're going to eliminate cards. And how we're going to do is that we're going to put one to the bottom, and then that one's going to go on the table, okay?
Okay.
So you can do that.
So, put one at the bottom.
One on the bottom.
Then one on the table.
One on the table. Now that card has been eliminated.
Okay.
Now do it again.
One underneath, one on the table.
And again.
Underneath, one on the table.
And again.
Underneath, one on the table.
So now there's this card left.
Yes.
Now you shuffled those cards, so no one can know what that card is, but we've got that card.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Sharpie and we've got a pack of cards. I'm only going to use the top card for this, okay?
Okay.
So we've got this here. So I'm only going to use the top card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this here. A little dot.
Okay, do you want me to take the pen?
Yeah, here you can.
There you go. No, you need the pen, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, hold it so the camera can see. Yeah.
Is I'm going to do this. Watch. I can do this.
What?
Oh, if I can get it again. This is really hard, you know. Oh man. Oh, I'm going backwards. Oh, I need to go forwards. Oh, nearly there. Oh, I'm going backwards again. Oh, this is really hard, you know. That way, that way, that way. Nearly there. Nearly there. Oh, so close.
This is insane.
So close. There. I've drawn a circle by using this pen magically.
Okay.
In a weird, magical way. So we've got a circle.
Yeah.
As I said, you shuffled those cards, you've mixed those cards, we've ended up with a circle.
Yes.
Should we look at this ESP symbol?
Yes.
The ESP symbol is a circle.
Amazing.
What?
Okay, we've now found the instruction, the packaging. It's called Ghost Ink. My bad, Ghost Ink by Taiwan Ben. And what you just saw is exactly what it is. It's a way of making a ghostly image of a freely chosen ESP symbol appear on the back of a playing card. Now, there's pros and cons to this. First of all, the pro, it looks great for social media. Yeah. This is a great social media trick. In fact, I think that the performance that you actually did, I prefer the performance that you did on social media, because on social media, you just did it to music. You didn't hold the card over the deck, so it was easier to hold, and you just literally held it to camera and it just appeared. And I think having the pen didn't really add anything to it. I actually preferred the way that you did it on Instagram. In fact, very quickly, let's just play the video of Ryland do it on Instagram so you can just see how he did it.
Okay, so I've got a playing card here. I'll put that up there for a second. What I'm going to show you is something using these ESP symbols. So we've got all these different ESP symbols. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them up like this. And again. Yeah. So all these cards are mixed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one to the bottom. We're going to eliminate that one. So we've eliminated the cross. One to the bottom, eliminate the triangle. One to the bottom, we've eliminated the star. One to the bottom, we've eliminated the square, which leaves the circle. So we're going to try to do something using this card with the circle. Okay, so watch this. I can start to draw.
What?
This is really hard. I'm going to start to draw a circle right here, nearly done. just like that, and now I can actually draw a circle. How cool is that?
See, I actually prefer it that way. I really do. I much prefer it that way. But yeah, I mean that's what this is. It's a way of making this circle appear. Now, obviously, it's a force. The ESP cards are marked in a very clever way, in a very easy to spot way. You immediately know which card's which. And there's, I mean, you can force the circle in any way that you want to be perfectly honest. But the way that they suggest doing it is by using of marked ESP cards and the down under deal, which is fine, that works, and just doing an elimination thing. The downside is, that's the gimmick, right? Just pass me the gimmick for a second. I don't know whether this will work in the real world. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. Just pass me the gimmick. I just think that does... Yeah, I know. It's fine. I don't think that's going to fly in a gig. I don't know what you think. I might be wrong.
I kind of saw it when you showed it to me.
On social media, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But in a gig, especially as you've got a deck of cards in play, and this looks completely different to a normal deck of cards.
Yeah, it does.
I just think
it's like a lot darker than the pack of cards. Really.
And that's the issue for me. I don't see this working in the real world. I love the concept. I love the moment where where it just appears. I think it looks great. And I think for social media, it's brilliant. A Zoom show, I think it would be really good for a Zoom show. But I just don't see that this is going to hold up in the real world. I just don't see that this is going to hold up in a gigging situation. I think people would want to look at it. And I know they've incorporated a switch into the methodology. So once you've made it appear, you can do a switch. But I think you're doing the switch at precisely the wrong time. I think it's lazy. I think the way that they're suggesting that you switch it out is a lazy approach to switching, because you've just had this amazing thing happen to this playing card. They're immediately going to want to look at that, and you putting it on top of the deck and then turning it over. I don't know. I'm not going to do this. Not only am I not going to do it, I just don't think it's going to work in the real world. I think that you got some great mileage out of it in social media.
That harsh. I'm going to give it.
Well, you did it, and you got good reactions from it in social media. Yeah. But it's being marketed as a trick that will work in the real world, and I just don't think it will. Yeah. I'm going to give it 50%. I think it's not going to be that harsh. It's a clever idea. 65%. It's a clever idea. It looks amazing, but I just think there's issues in terms of people seeing how this works, which is why it gets a low mark from me. 50% from me, 65% from him. We're not going to do it, but it's a very clever approach to the problem.
That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
It is another review show in the bag. Thank you once again for joining us right here on
Magic TV.
We'll see you again next Wednesday with another review show. If you haven't already done so, please go check out Ryland's Instagram channel. He is Ryland the Kid Magician on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to Magic TV yet, please do so. Also, if you haven't already joined the Netrix, give it a go. It's only $14.99 a month at bronze level, and we've got hundreds of tricks on there. Some absolute miracles. You can join the Netrix by going to www.thenetrix.cookies.com actually, but whatever, it's always .cookies with you. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.